Hello everyone, today I am on my Switch and I'm going to be playing some Gradius. Now, we're going to go into the Famicom games. I like to use the Famicom version because the main screen of Gradius in the Famicom shows the high score in red underneath it. Unfortunately, when you do leave, it does erase that, but I have, see it says right now 50,000, but we're going to load this first save right here. And 484,200 is my high score in Gradius right now. Now, before I start, I'll just talk a little bit about Gradius. I started playing this last year. There was a competition at Retro Toy Con in Greenville, and the winner of the Gradius competition would win an NES Classic. And I wanted to win that NES Classic to give to my nephew, and so I started to learn how to play Gradius. I never played Gradius growing up. I was aware of it. I may have played it once or twice, but I never owned it, never really got into it. I did have an NES Classic, so I believe that's what I used to practice on. And I watched videos and I read up about the game and learned some different techniques that helped me out. And I got okay at the game. I think my high score was 200 something thousand, in the 200,000s. But I've doubled that score since then. I like to go back to this game and try to get a high score a lot on it. But I do just want to mention again, it was the Retro Toy Con last year. That takes place in November. That's coming up next month, at the end of the month. And it's a really good convention, local there to Greenville. It's held by Toy Federation, which is a great local toy store there. I haven't been to their new store, and I live in Augusta, if you didn't know that, but my parents live in Inman, which is right there by Greenville, so I've gone to their store, and their convention's really great. So if you get a chance to check it out, I just want to give them a shout out. Go to their store if you can. If you get a chance to check out their convention, check it out. It was a lot of fun. Last year I met Michael Copon there and Alan Oppenheimer. Got to see a lot of cool toys. I don't know that I really bought. I don't know what I got there. I did get some artwork there, so that was good. They had some really great artists. I got a commission of Princess Allura from Voltron, the original Voltron from the 80s. But again, I just wanted to mention Retro Toy Con and Toy Federation before I started this, since that is what got me into Gradius. So I've really enjoyed playing it since then. So again, we're going to start, and we'll see if I can beat the high score that I have. I've only beaten this game before with save states, and that is not how I set my high score that I have now. But I don't think we'll be beating this game today, but we might make it to the last level. Just depends on how the playthrough goes. Now, I did try to record this a little while ago, but when I did it, the volume was way too high on the game, on the recording. Plus, I had the TV volume on, and it was being picked up by the mic. And we're going to restart, because I should not have died there while I'm talking here. But yeah, it was picking up the volume of the TV on the microphone, so there was an echo in the sounds you were hearing. So I think I've fixed that now. If I haven't, this is the video that's going to go up. So, and this time when I restart, since I wanted to do better, at least get through the first level without dying, which I know I can, and I did on the last recording. So when I start off, I get 2 speed boosts is how I start. You see the bar at the bottom shows your power-ups, and as you pick up the power-ups, it lights up which one you have highlighted. So I do speed boost twice, and then I let it build up to laser. And I want to get my laser next, because the laser cuts through all the enemies, so it's a lot easier to kill everything with the laser. Then the next thing I'll get here is going to be the missiles. So I start off with that. The only other power-ups that I'm going to get on this level is I'm going to get 2 options. And you'll see what those are as we get to that. Now, when I was learning this game, a lot of it was memorization, where things spawn at, what they do. And so here's my first option. So it's kind of like a little bonus ship that also fires whenever you fire and shoots missiles when you shoot missiles. So it's very important to get the options. We're going to get 2 of those, which is the max in this game. I think there's some Gradius games where you can get more than 2 options, but this one, 2 options is your max. The last power-up we will be getting is going to be the shield, but there is not a... I've missed some power-ups on this level, but even if I got every power-up on this level, I would not be able to get the shield 2 in addition to these. So I've missed some enemies. Normally I kill most of the enemies on this level, but that's okay. Oh, second option. So now we're getting close to the section before the end section, these volcanoes. Now I like to try to just stack my options above me and just keep firing away. This usually keeps me protected. When I was first learning this game and I got to this section, I had no idea what I was doing and I died a lot. And I don't remember when I picked up this particular idea. It was probably from some video I watched online. That's not something I figured out myself. And I'm sure that's how most people play Gradius. I'm not going for a world record. I don't think I'll ever get a world record on any game. But I am just going to see how good I can do on my own record. Now these are cores, I believe is the name of the enemy. When the inside of that core turns blue, you can fire and hit it. It starts off red, and then after a certain amount of time it turns red again, and when that happens then you can no longer defeat the core and get the points for killing it. So you want to make sure that you kill it before it turns red. If it turns red, you might as well stop firing and just dodge its fire until it self-destructs. Now I do press the button every time I fire. You can hold the button down to fire, but if you do that, I'll do it for a second. You see how much slower that rate of fire is if you just hold the button down. I guess if you had a turbo controller you could do it faster, but I don't know, I kind of consider that cheating. This game also has the Konami code. This was the first game with the Konami code in it. So, oh gosh, I ran into the ground. We'll see if I can recover from this. I don't want to start over. If I can recover. I might do okay recovery wise. I'm going to concentrate on trying to get back some of my power-ups to recover. So we'll only do one speed boost right now. We'll worry about the second one after we can get our other power-ups. Normally that doesn't happen to me, so I guess I just flew too low and I wasn't paying attention to where my ship was. Also, it might be a problem of me I'm using a Pro controller. I'm actually moving around with the stick. I should probably be moving around with the control pad. That'll probably be better for me. It looks like I'm losing focus here. So we're going to start over again. I don't want to keep starting over, but I'd like to have at least a decent run here. So we'll see if I can focus better with the control pad. Maybe I can control my ship better with that. You may notice the power-ups usually come in the beginning when you kill these 4 guys in a row, or whenever you kill a red enemy you get a power-up. I know I kind of did things out of order there is what I said I'd do a minute ago. I wish I'd done the laser first, but went in and hit that missile, that's alright. I do have the NES controllers for the Switch, but right now they're not charged. I do have my Joy-Cons attached to my Switch, so I would probably try to use those. Otherwise, I might do recordings of this later on my, in the future, on my Famicom Classic or on my NES Classic. But right now I thought I'd do it on the Switch, because that's where I've been playing it. That's where I've got my current high score at on it. Now these power-ups too, once you have every power-up set, including your shield, you still want to pick the power-ups up because every power-up gives you points to pick it up. So if you're going for a high score, you want to pick up those points. However, if you're not worried about points, I would say once you have your shield, just build up your power-ups until you have the shield highlighted again in case your shield goes away, so you can immediately recover it. And then you could avoid the power-ups altogether if you want to do that. But in most cases I will not be avoiding power-ups. There will be times when I do, on some further stages when I'm further along. And that's just for my sake. I like to get as many points as I can. So now I typically fight those cores the same way every time, but you'll notice that that one died faster than the last one. Sometimes I feel like I am shooting in the right spot, but I'm not hitting it right. Sometimes I fail to kill the cores. It happens. So just do what you can do. But if you're going for points, you're going to want to kill them. But if you just want to beat the game, you really don't have to kill those, because they eventually self-destruct on their own and save you the trouble of having to do it. So you choose your preferred method of what you want to do if you're playing Gradius. But since I am going for my personal best, I just want to talk a little bit about some of my own personal ways that I try to get points in this game. Okay, so I got hit on my shield, but I'm still okay. But I think when I get my shield ready again, I'm just going to save it. Okay, well now I have to build it up anyway because I got shot again. Alright, let's see what we can do here for power-ups, because we are going to want to have that shield ready to go. There we go. So we got all those, which that's tough to get all those. I don't really do that every time. But now we have the shield built up again, so if we lose this shield, we'll have that replacement ready to go. So that's good. Now here, it's also good for the points that I got. Here I like to put I like to try to arrange one of these options above me and one below me. If I do it this way, so far I've found that I can sit in one place during this section and not die if I have a shield above me and below me. That's my current strategy. My old strategy used to be to fly around the level, and I can still do that if I need to, but you don't. If you do it this way, you will kill every one of these, so you get a lot more points that way than just trying to fly around and dodge them. Also, every 100,000 points, you'll hear it make a noise, a specific sound, and that just means I've gained an extra life. I'm actually not, the TV volume is muted so that it's not picking up on the microphone, so I'm not hearing the sounds of the game right now, but you will be hearing them, and I know usually around then I've at least accrued one extra life. And we will pick up these power-ups to get points, like I said. I would say my finger landed back on that stick. I'm using it again, and that's going to be dangerous. So those are mother and child. Those are called mothers and child, or the things they spit out. They are going to be the enemy you fight during the crazy music on this level, and I don't like fighting them at that part, because that's either I do well on that section or I do poorly and die on that section. So we'll see what happens this time. As far as these Easter Island heads, you want to kill 10 of these in order to get the warp on this level. If you don't kill 10, that's fine. You'll go to the level in between, but I like to try to take the warp. Don't like that I got hit there, but that's okay. I've got this shield. I've got my backup shield ready, so I'll keep that going. We are going to kill 10 Easter Island heads. You can see you want to shoot them in the mouth, and you can only hit them when they're firing at you. I can't believe I got hit there. Normally if I stay at the back like this, I'm pretty safe, but it's not proving to be true right now, so I don't think we'll be building up a second shield, unfortunately. I don't think there's enough power-ups left before then that I'm going to get. But we'll just kill what we can, we'll get power-ups we can, and that's life. Okay, I like to, for these ones on the top, if I set my option up there, it'll shoot them in the mouth as I'm flying through them. So that's my strategy there to kill those. So you get points, of course, for killing them. I fly up here for the mothers, and usually that way I can get an option inside of it to kill it early, and then I can try to just dodge these children they're shooting out. But this is one of my least favorite of these sections. It's not my least favorite, but just one of them. Sometimes I thought I had a good strategy. Well, it worked today for me. But when I was trying to do this this past weekend, I was having a lot of trouble with that section. I normally don't have that much trouble, so went well today. That's good. It's the next level that I really hate. It's probably my least favorite, even though I can beat it. And the only level I can't really beat playing straight through the game so far has been the last level, but I really do not like this next level. So this is the warp. So you can't kill these heads as far as I know. You just want to dodge them, which is very easy to do. And then once you get to through these heads, then you've skipped the level basically. There's also a warp on the first level, but I do not know how to do it every time. I think it's a point sensitive thing. You have to have a certain amount of points maybe. I have to look it up. I don't really care about taking that warp because I can play the second level just fine. And but this warp I do like to take when I get the chance. So the next shield I've built up, I'm going to save. So when I get this one, I'm not going to pick up any more power-ups. The reason for this, well, actually I might have been able to build up another shield if I picked all those up. But the reason that I stop at this point, make sure I have a bonus shield, is because this is the only level that has no power-ups in the level itself once you get into this section of it. You just have to, it's very empty space, which is nice, but you have all of these enemies. Now I do like to try to kill these enemies because you get good points for them, and sometimes I can kill a lot of them and sometimes I can't, and this is looking like a bad situation. So everything slows down if there are two of those arms on the level, but if there's just one arm, everything speeds back up, so it's can be kind of difficult. Thankfully I activated my backup shield just in time there. As you can see, it makes it hard to dodge because 1 minute you're going slow, and if you're killing these guys, then when you knock them down to just one arm, then you have to really work to make sure you're going the right speed to dodge what they're doing. And now we're in a bad situation. Now I have no shield left. I do want to kill these guys because they're good points, but at the same time I want to focus on living, so I'm going to just try to dodge bullets, I guess. Now, if you're high up, they seem to go up high to try to follow you, so you can kind of control where they are so that you can maximize your ability to dodge them. Now, during the competition, there was a guy who told me he likes to... Oh, gosh, there we go. So he likes to play this level not killing anything so that the slowdown helps him dodge everything. But I personally want to get to the point where I can kill every one of these things fast. It looks like I'm killing them faster right now, maybe easier. And the reason for that is that the game's more difficult. The more power-ups you have, the better you're doing, the harder the game gets, which is a bit of a pain playing this game. I'll see how much I can recover. I may not be able to recover all my power-ups before the last level if I get past this level, but we'll see what happens. I might do okay. I have been able to get into the next level from here before. So we'll see what happens. So since the background stopped moving, I know I'm in this section with the fast music, and yeah, this is the one I just don't like. If I have my power-ups, it's okay. And you see it didn't last very long. If I had all my power-ups, that section lasts a lot longer and throws a lot more at you. So it's not too hard to recover on this one, just because once your ship's relegated to no power-ups, it's pretty easy to fight through that stuff. Still, I would like to have my power-ups. I can possibly still kill this core even though I don't have power-ups, even though it's more difficult, but nope, I did not kill it in time. So that's what I'm talking about. Once it turns red, just dodge the fire. It blows up on its own, but you do not get points for it if it blows up on its own, unfortunately. So we're going to try to get our laser back here. I hate having to kind of recover like this, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. It can be kind of dicey here because these guys, oh, yeah, to make it rough getting through here. Oh, gosh. Well, I'm going to use the speed boost I have right now. If you die with a power-up in your that you haven't used, then you'll get to use it as a speed boost when you come back. Otherwise, you do not get, if you don't have a power-up built up, if I died right now, I would not have that speed boost available to me, unfortunately. Now this is where things get tricky. There are a lot of power-ups here, so it's possible I can make some kind of recovery effort, but we will see. Nope, I didn't. Thought I was going to kill that in time, but I didn't. It's a lot of dodging, and that's see, it gets tough on this level. Not that the other ones aren't tough, but this is the second to the last level. It is possible, but I'm not sure. I'm just doing poor at dodging this stuff. But that's okay. If I don't make it to the end today, I will be playing this again and doing another recording later this week. Maybe I can do a little better. I really don't like these little amoeba things, and but you gotta try to kill those red ones for those power-ups. But see, that's the great thing about the laser; just cuts through all of that, kills all those enemies in one hit, and does make that a lot easier. So you do want to have that. 360,000 is not a bad score. It's better than I did in the competition when I won, so that's good. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to play this, break my high score, maybe even beat the game. We'll see about that. But thank you again for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day, friends. Take care.